Right, Keith, we've had some questions from the fans. We had a load come in. We've gone through some there, so we can speed through some of them. Here's a good one. Where does he see this Ireland team compared to previous ones? And then your thoughts on James Lowe and Mack Hansen specifically. I know you played 13. Yeah, let's start with that then. So where do you see this Ireland team now compared to, well, it's only 18 months,
Yeah,
but they're good.
yeah, they're good. It's probably at its pinnacle of from what Irish rugby has ever been. Even though we've lost Johnny, who's a main driver of that squad, but yeah, they're taking it to a whole new level, aren't they? Regarding the two lads, what's the question? What do I think of Mac?
Well, yeah, I think there's been a couple of questions come in, and it will be because you're a Munster man and you're Irish. So you look at James Lowe, Mack Hansen, standout performers, but there is a talk around project players. We've got the same in Scotland. I'm sat here with an English accent and I play for Scotland. As a Munster man, how do you feel about James Lowe and Mack Hansen being top performers in the team? Are you happy about that, or are you a bit sad because Irish players aren't coming through?
No, because and you'd know this. Do they realise what them lads give up to come over and represent another country? The rules are the rules. There probably isn't a country in the world that has all, lads playing for it coming from whatever country it is. But great respect for the lads. James Lowe he's been on fire, like, for a fella who's only played a couple of games in 4 or 5 months, and he's coming and he's performing like that. Mac is Mac. I love Mac. One fella who hasn't changed. He's come in as a bit of a trailblazer. I think he's been a breath of fresh air, because we can all be robotic, but again, them lads, I see how hard they work. Mac seems to be this messing character, and he does that, but Christ, does he work hard as well on his game. And Lowe is probably one of the most professional fellas I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, I've no issues with it. I know obviously Calvin is there. Calvin got a goal last week, and I would have worked closely with Calvin. I still stay in touch with him, but look, the rules are the rules, and like, them lads have come over and they've sacrificed everything. I think James Lowe got his Irish passport there recently. He's Irish now, and look, that's the way it is. Massive respect for anyone who's willing to leave their families on the other side of the world and come over and represent another country. And even Bundy, listening to Bundy now, you swear he was born and bred in Galway, so they're sacrificing their bodies for the green jersey, the blue jersey. So yeah, no, lads are brilliant. To love them.
That's great to hear. 100%. And on the body thing, the lads going out there, putting it on the line, they've earned it in that one moment, right?
100%.
What about Ireland's biggest rivalries? Who's the biggest rival? There's a few along the way now. All Blacks, South Africa with the Razzie, the Zombie, Scotland, even though we've never beaten you, or we've not beaten you for a long, long time. Who's the one team?
It's great we can say South Africa and New Zealand, but it's always the English one, isn't it?
It is it?
Yeah, well, yeah, and then of course it is. Yeah, between the history of the countries as well, without getting into all that. But as the Scottish one is, yeah, it's an interesting one.
Come on, tell us more, because Munster, Glasgow, there's a lot of beef.
There's proper hatred, and
it feels like there's two brothers that have fell out. That's what the Scotland Ireland thing feels like, because it wasn't like that when I played back in the day, but it feels like now. You've mentioned the word hatred. It actually feels like the Irish hate the Scottish.
Yeah, and people say to me, like, well, the guy to meet him, like, Jesus, yourself and Peter, man, you absolutely hate Glasgow. You hate Scotland. Obviously,
he hated me as well.
He had the big chat about Pete, not playing against England, playing against Scotland, and I speak for myself, I won't speak for Pete. Absolutely hate Glasgow, but so much respect. And I think that's it, because I think it's and a hate, as in, it's not a hate like you know what I mean. I genuinely do have respect for Glasgow. They've beat us in the final. They've beat us a couple of times along the way. The way I look at it, I see a lot of them are homegrown players. A lot of them love Glasgow, love playing for Glasgow Warriors. Their supporters are passionate. I suppose the hatred probably comes from some of the stuff tactically, going after Conor Murray's leg. That's a big one. Just all the nitty gritty. Like, we were just all about tactics and play, no bullshit, poker face and all that. Whereas then you hear stuff about our bagman not getting into the dressing room and that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So that's
a lot of shithousery.
Yeah, a lot of shithousery. Yeah, exactly. But if I was like Glasgow, just play rugby and love watching Glasgow play. So yeah, I think that kind of like them two brothers that falling out. That's bloody the relationship. But
Munster's best ever player. This came up a little bit, and when you look at the list, Keith, and you're on that list as well.
Sure, that's impossible to pick.
You know what? There's actually, when you talk about the Munster greats, there's not many backs on there because the forwards were so iconic. And maybe that's because I'm a forward and the list that I'm seeing. You put Simon Zebo on there, you put Peter Stringer, Ronan O'Gara. Actually, there's a few as we go through them. Yeah. But your name is near the top of that list of the greats. But if there's one, so you didn't, I don't know, if you were to ask a randomer in the street, let's go with that. Munster player, you can only name one. Who is it? Who would they say? Who's the iconic one? Is it Paul O'Connell? Is it Rog still?
You can't. I don't think you can separate both of them.
I can't.
You can't. And then can you separate like different eras? Obviously, McGolwey and Peter Clossey, what they're an Axel. There wouldn't be a Ron O'Gara or Paul O'Connell without them lads having the belief that they were going to change the scope of a lot of amateur club players come playing for Munster and being the likes of Saracens. And
we can put a year on it. I think 89 to 99. Maybe that generation of players.
Raj playing 99, did Polly play 99?
Or he was thinking about it. If he was playing in 99, wasn't he, or not? No, he wouldn't have done.
But Raj would have been a massive competitor for the, I suppose, the stature when you start speaking about forwards. You just think about the Axels, they've all been forwards. But Raj was the competitiveness of a forward inside an out-ass body. Like, he was the ultimate competitor, and he didn't give a shit size or anything like that. Didn't give a shit about running over, but he had balls to do stuff, like, So look, between himself and Paulie, it's hard to pick. But if you're, Raj had serious balls.
You go Rog, I'll go Paulie.